Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Global Cap FX. I hope you enjoyed your weekend, friends and family, food, and good time. So let's go ahead and get right into the charts. I want to keep this one short and sweet. If you haven't yet, make sure you like and subscribe my channel. If you like short and sweet, direct to the point videos, that's what you're going to see going forward. I don't want videos that are longer than 10 minutes because I want you guys to be engaged. I want you to be able to ask questions in the comments as you're listening. And I want to be able to communicate with you so that as we go, I am constantly improving this content so that you can get the best value going forward. Now, mind you, this is not financial advice yet. If you don't know what I mean by yet, go ahead and take a look at the Technical Tuesday from last week, and you will find out what I mean. All right, so let's go ahead and tap into these charts here real quick. Technical Tuesdays style. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at GBP/JPY. I made a note or I made a call last week that price was going to make an effort back into this order block area before pushing to the upside. And last week, actually the beginning of this week, it did that with this final candle here a couple of days ago. So things are looking good so far. What I always suggest to my traders is never never get into a trade that goes against the grain. There's no point of getting in against the grain and increasing your chances of being in a loss. Always look for opportunities to go with the grain in your technical analysis. Okay. All right, so let's move down to the daily time frame. Take another quick look at this. So we encapsulated this order block right here. I'll go ahead and put it into color. Let's go down into the hourly time frame. This morning, I placed a box around this area right here, and I did it based off of the 15-minute time frame. I wanted to address this range right here, and then we finally broke out of it. So I wanted price to come back into the area, see if it can find some support, and then push back to the upside. I didn't get into the trade, but if you did, great. At this point, I would personally be in a break-even stage, just in case price wants to come back a little bit deeper into this area right here, where price officially pushed out of this area right here. I am curious to see if it will come down here, but at the end of the day, I would have a risk-free trade being at a break-even standpoint. So if I would have gotten in right here, I would have had my stop loss below it would have been below this low right here. But now we're at a break-even stage, so I'd move my stop loss up and ultimately be in a break-even trade, risk-free, and then I could look for something else without over leveraging my account. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at USD CAD. I am pretty interested in this trade. This video is strictly technical analysis. I'm gonna avoid trying to get too deep into things and just keep things general. Okay. Now, what I see here on this pair here is price price had an area of support right here before breaking out. Had an area of support before breaking out right here. Then price finally broke down to the downside, retested the area one time, and then two times. and then made a huge descent. Please take note, we're in the weekly time frame, so this certainly took some time. It took about 84 days, 3 months, right? But if you locate these supply and demand zones that are like this in the weekly or the daily even, you could write a trade for a couple of weeks and not have to do anything with it. That's the beautiful part about looking for trades in the daily, or even the 4 hour time frame is a solid time frame to look for supply and demand. All right, so let's continue. We had break, we had a break, we had a retest, retest, and then push to the downside. Now, what I'm hoping to see, that this last candle right here before it pushed down, that's my area of interest, which we're already in it right now. Let's go down to the daily time frame, see if I can find another a more imprecise, impulsive move out of consolidation. Consolidation is sideways movement. All right, so I would say that this right here would be a nice area that I would like to see. Price is currently above it. You can see the black dotted line here, currently above that area. But if we come back into it and we start hovering, we could be looking at a potential sell off. Because based off the weekly time frame, we're bearish. Okay, weekly time frame, we're bearish based on this big move here. And now we're just making a very big correction, a very big retest into a zone where a previous institutional move took place. Now, in order to get more precise about your entry, you would look for another confirmation. Okay, another confirmation would be, let's go ahead and look at this area right here. Will be more break and retest. So and what I mean by that is that you had a break out of this, you had a retest of this, okay, sideways, sideways, breakdown right here. This candle broke below this area right here, and then we retest it again, push to the downside. So when you see stuff like this, that is what you call lower highs. So this is the highest point of the at the time, and then we had a break, a retest of what used to be a support right here is now a newfound resistance. Now price is having trouble breaking back above it. Okay. So this right here, this is another confirmation. You have a break, a retest. You have another retest. Then you sell off. That is a confirmation in itself. So you have, support and resistance, which are your highest and lowest points. And then you locate your supply and demand zone. In this case, it's a supply zone because we're looking for a sell-off. You look for a break and retest. That's three confirmations. And then after the break, maybe you like looking for things like engulfing candles. Engulfing candles would be something like this, where this blue candle right here engulfed the previous black one. Okay, you see that right there? That's an engulfing candle. That could be a good confirmation. So that's four confirmations that we just talked about right there. Um, my most favorite one, the one that really just gives me more ease of mind, is the break and retest. And you find a break and retest by identifying supply and demand zones. You locate areas where price has trouble breaking through, right? You locate these areas right here. And then when you see price break out of that, like it did right here, you don't get in for a sell immediately. You wait for it to come back into that zone. Let it show you that it is now a resistance. Let it show you that it's now a ceiling. And then let it start making lower highs like this. It's just gradually descending. And then on the bottom side of this channel, you have lower lows. Okay. So it is gradually creating a, a downward movement after breaking out of a previous support, which is now a newfound resistance level. Okay. All right. So I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want this to be overwhelming. The biggest thing here is realizing that technical analysis, you can do technical analysis all you want. You can do it for 5 hours a day, and it wouldn't mean a damn thing if you don't stick to your disciplines. You have to stick to your disciplines. You have to understand that this is 90% psychological. So once you establish those disciplines that we're talking about, AKA look for those confirmations before you get into a trade, AKA make sure you're at a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio, all of these things, you stick to those disciplines, then psychologically you can put yourself in a trade and leave it alone because one, you've already told yourself that you're cool with that 1% loss as long as your reward is 3%. Okay, so you're psychologically putting yourself in a state of mind that you could lose money, and at the end of the day, so what? Because you have your disciplines intact that have been proven to create more wins than it does losses. Okay, so I'll leave this video at that. Go back, listen to it again, look at the multiple confirmations that I addressed on this video. Anything that you feel like you like, do some back testing on it yourself. Look at your own chart, see what I mean, and visualize it yourself. Mark it up on the chart yourself, so that when it comes time for you to make trades, you're more confident in it because you did the practice, not because you watched me do it on video. So I hope you found some value in that. And let me know where you are in the comments. If you're in a different state, different country, let me know where you're at. If you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. And I will see you guys in the next video. Stay safe.